Wonderful. Hello everyone, and welcome to the World Economic Forum on Africa 2019. This is a press conference and also an award, and we're looking at innovators in Africa. So it's part of the Johnson & Johnson Champions of Science Africa Innovation Challenge, and I'm delighted to be joined by Seema Kumar, who's the Vice President of Innovation for Innovation, Global Health, and Policy Communication. And Seema's going to talk us through the award and Johnson & Johnson's thinking about it. And you're going to see some brilliant innovators as well.
Thank you, Max, and good morning, I should say good afternoon, everybody. I'm Seema Kumar. I'm from Johnson & Johnson, and I want to thank you all on behalf of Johnson & Johnson for being here today as we unveil the winners of the Johnson & Johnson Champions of Science Africa Innovation Challenge 2.0. I'll get back to 2.0 in a second. And this is part of our initiative and our commitment to invest in innovation on the continent and invest in innovation and best ideas no matter where in the world that they come from. And we also want to thank actually some of the leaders from government who are here joining us today as we give out these awards. Not all of the country government representatives who are part of the winning teams could be here, but they all send us their warm regards. But we are pleased to have with us on stage today the Honorable Dr. Zimande from Minister of Higher Education, Science and Innovation in South Africa. Welcome, thank you for joining us. We also have the Honorable Nonofo Molefe, Minister of Presidential Affairs, Governance and Public Administration in Botswana. Thank you for joining us. And we also have the Honorable Ms. Elise Hiro, Senior Advisor to the Ministry of Rwanda and Project Coordinator of Rwanda's Internet for All initiative. So thank you for joining us, Alice. So almost 3 years ago, Johnson & Johnson launched the first Africa Innovation Challenge to see how we could support the rising entrepreneurship and innovation that's happening in Africa and help support these innovators solve specific challenges in their own communities. And the results of our initial challenge were extraordinarily impressive. We received hundreds of entries from dozens of countries, and ultimately we selected 3 winners from Liberia, Burundi, and Uganda. And those 3 businesses are still doing great. So that is part of our goal, is to create sustainable businesses through that innovation platform. And this year, we launched the challenge in 6 different categories, and the competition was even fiercer. We received, get this, 900 submissions from across the continent from 39 different countries. And the 6 winning businesses and programs from the 4 countries who are representing outstanding ingenuity and perseverance are all here today. And it's also a pathway for creating long-term sustainability, as I said. So each of these innovators will receive $50,000. I missed a zero there somewhere. 50, okay, I'll repeat it. Each of these winners will get $50,000 for their winning innovation entry. And that is a total of $300,000 in funding, as well as, and the money is just the tip of the iceberg because it's really not about the money. It's about the mentorship, it's about the coaching, it's about the support system, and it's access to the entire Johnson & Johnson ecosystem expertise and resources that they have that actually enables innovators to actually scale up their innovations and create sustainable businesses. So we had thrown out this challenge, and it was designed to address the critical unmet need of the continents and local communities. So, innovated in Africa for Africa type of a challenge, really, and it's Africa-based entrepreneurs and for solutions in their local communities. And I'm confident today that by linking their energy and ingenuity with the resources that are available through Johnson & Johnson, that we are going to really change the trajectory of health for humanity in some of these disciplines that we are going to be announcing these innovations on. And let me briefly note that Johnson & Johnson does not have any ownership to these ideas, and the ones that are submitted as part of the Africa Innovation Challenge. Our goal is to help fuel the innovation in the continent and create successes and encourage a diverse group of innovators to advance their ideas. And as we said, we we believe a great idea can come from anywhere in the world, and our goal is to really harness these ideas towards making the world a better place and changing the world to become a wonderfully healthier, happier place. So before I announce the winners, I just want to say that we announced this on a press release this morning, and you can find it at the website www.jnjinnovation.com/Africa Challenge. And you can also find the announcement that's posted this morning on Twitter from our @JNJAfrica Twitter handle. And so now, let me unveil the winners of the Africa Innovation Challenge. And as I say your name, please step forward and accept your award. So first, I'm going to say, to improve blood delivery, Tammy Giwa Tuboson, Lifebank from Nigeria. Please come on up. Okay, here we go, Lifebank. And here we go. Over. I'm going to put the paper away. Photo. Let me speak a little bit about your accomplishment. So, the lack of an established blood supply network in Nigeria can make access to appropriate blood transfusion very difficult and is contributing to the loss of life. So Lifebank is working to change this dynamic. The company receives requests through a digital platform with the intent of delivering the necessary blood to hospitals in less than 45 minutes in a WHO blood transfusion safety compliant cold chain. So thank you for your contributions and congratulations again. Thank you. So to address healthcare worker burnout, Angel Ishemwe, and Angel is here, come on up, the Hope Initiative from Rwanda. Could I ask you to come up? Congratulations. You come in the middle. Great. Thank you. So let me speak a little bit about this innovation. So more than 50% of emergency healthcare workers are at risk for burnout, given the nature of their jobs. The HOPE initiative builds on research that has demonstrated the positive influence of intrinsic hope on healthcare workers and their patients. Using a validated metric, the HOPE initiative measures hope amongst nurses and mothers to identify interventions that positively influence hope and build sustainable team of healthcare workers and sustainable improvements in patient outcomes. So congratulations again.
Thank you so much.
All the best to you. Thank you. Thank you. Next up, to solve hearing loss, Tendekai Katsiga, Dreet from Botswana. Hi. Come on up. Let me give you your award. Okay, here we go. Thank you. Congratulations.
Thank you.
Take a picture. So let me say a few words. More than 460 million people around the world are hearing impaired, and 2/3 of them live in developing countries. Dreet is a mobile phone app that allows a child in rural Africa to have their hearing tested in real time by a professional who may live actually thousands of miles away. So thank you so much for all the work that you do with Dreet, and to all the children who have hearing loss and that can help with early detection. So thank you for the work you do.
Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you. Thank you. Great. And then we have, for Jaundice, Virtue Oboro, Kribaglo, also from Nigeria. Come on up. Here we go. Thank you. Congratulations. Let me say a few words about your work. An estimated 6 million babies do not receive treatment for neonatal jaundice because they lack access to effective phototherapy devices. If untreated, severe jaundice can cause hearing loss, mental retardation, cerebral palsy, and even death. Kribaglow is a solar-powered foldable phototherapy crib provided to hospitals, health centers, and parents. even in communities where access to quality healthcare and stable electricity is poor. So thank you very much for the work you do. Congratulations. Okay, next up we have from Uganda. To prevent malaria, Joan Lalubega from Nugenics from Uganda. Joan, come on up. There we go. Great, congratulations. Let me say a few words about your work. So malaria is the leading cause of morbidity and mortality, especially among children under 5 years old. Nugenics manufactures an organic, affordable soap that repels mosquitoes with the intent to help prevent the spread of malaria. Nugenics' soap can be utilized in a variety of ways, such as bathing, washing hands, or washing clothes. Thank you for your work. Congratulations. Thank you. And then finally, also from Uganda, to improve pregnancy and delivery through ultrasound, Prosper Ahimbishibe, Mscan. Prosper, come on up. There we go. Great, wonderful. Thank you and congratulations. Let me say a few words about your work. So the World Health Organization recommends at least one ultrasound scan before 24 weeks of gestation and 8 total prenatal visits for expecting mothers. Mscan device performs ultrasounds through the use of a portable probe and a tablet, laptop, or a smartphone for people living in rural communities who otherwise would lack access to ultrasound machines. So again, congratulations and thank you for your contributions. Thank you so much. Really appreciate it. So we're going to do a few rounds of Q&A if we have time. But before we do that, I wanted to make sure that we have an opportunity to hear from all of you here representing the governments. And so first of all, to the minister from Botswana, if we could have you say a few words on behalf of all the winning countries.
Thank you very much, moderator. First of all, I want to congratulate Johnson & Johnson for the vision to promote innovation in Africa. I think it will go a long way in promoting and stimulating interest and sustaining such interest in our young people. Secondly, I want to congratulate the winning teams themselves for having dedicated time and energy to research and product design. Congratulations and well done. I just want to there is a great potential for others to innovate, to take after yourselves. And I believe that having gone through the Johnson & Johnson coaching and mentoring program, you too will become mentors and coaches for your siblings and for other entrepreneurs in your own countries. We have to go beyond just the ceremony today to move from these designs or concepts into development of prototype. And I think Johnson & Johnson would be at hand to work with you. Secondly, you have to register the IP. From the IP to commercialization. It's not easy, but it is attainable. Stay the course and remain focused in that which you've done. You need to work with others. Collaboration is important. And I believe that there is room for improvement. And of course, your products, your innovations would go a long way in the enhancement of the well-being of our people in the continent. You, the youth, are our promise, our future. Thank you, Johnson & Johnson.
Thank you. Thank you, Minister. Ms. Alice Sigiro, would you like to say a few words on behalf of Rwanda?
Sure. First of all, thank you, Johnson & Johnson team, and congratulations to all the winners. I'm particularly very excited that they're all young people, so it shows there is hope for a generation and the generations to come. And I'm also very pleased to see that we have a Rwandan winner or Rwandan participant for the very first time. On behalf of the government of Rwanda, I would say that the government of Rwanda is very keen on grooming and empowering the next generation or the young people and young innovators or disruptors to solve African challenges with African solutions using Africa's greatest assets, which is the youth. And we have, for example, solutions or disruptions such as Zipline that we're using in Rwanda, and it's exciting to see that the majority of the solutions here are also still in the healthcare, which I think is still an area of need. So it's interesting to see all these solutions, and I am very excited to see where this goes. As Honorable Minister was saying, I hope that this is just the beginning and that this will go from ideation and prototyping to actual commercialization, and that this will even inspire other young people to participate. 900 participants is impressive.
Yes,
I hope next time we can have 1,000 and more.
Yes.
So that's it for me, and I'm very pleased to be here with you guys today. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. And from our host country here in South Africa, Minister, will you be willing to say a few words?
Yes, thank you very much,
Thank
Madam
you.
Kumar. Firstly, let me also start by congratulating our winners. We are really very proud of you. I wish we could have more and more platforms to show this young African talent and also to give hope to other youngsters on our continent. And I'm also impressed at the number of women who are actually winners today. I think that we need an even bigger round of applause. Of course, we welcome the investment by Johnson & Johnson into innovation and recognizing, incentivizing, recognizing achievements in our own continent. We firmly believe as South Africa that we really do need, if we are to move forward as a continent, to forge a relationship between government, science councils, academia, and industry,
Yes.
if we are to be able to actually take forward this. I also want to say that as South Africa used this platform to say, we will be soon establishing a sovereign innovation fund for our country.
Fabulous.
And as well as also we've been honored by actually hosting the first Fourth Industrial Revolution Center on the continent, which will be establishing by early next year. And we wish that Johnson & Johnson actually will be one of the partners in these two initiatives. I also must just add that it's a very interesting personal journey for me. I was telling your colleague, Kirti, that in 1979, when I was doing my final year of my first degree, I was offered a bursary, actually, a scholarship by Johnson & Johnson to go and study in Switzerland. I was 21 years old. My mother said, no, you are too young. I'm not allowing you to go to countries I don't know, I've never heard of. Unfortunately, I had to decline, but it's a very nice personal reconnection 40 years
That's
after
great.
Johnson & Johnson had awarded me, you know. So maybe I should be claiming that award today, 40 years together, so that I
Absolutely.
join in these very proud winners today. Thank you very much.
Thank
Highly
you.
appreciate it, and thanks for inviting me here.
Thank you, Minister. Appreciate it, yes. And you bring up a very good point, because somebody was asking me earlier today and yesterday, why now? And I said, it's not just why now, because we've been in Africa, Johnson & Johnson has been in Africa for 90 years. So, you know, we have a long history and a relationship and a legacy with the continent. And so very happy to be here and seeing these youngsters thrive. And I want to be able to address any questions that the press may have in the few minutes that we have left.
Yeah, we have a few minutes.
We
for
have a few
questions.
minutes
So
for questions.
Do we have the microphones?
Do we have any questions? Yes, question in the back.
One for the gentleman there.
Okay, that caught me off guard. First question. This is a question for the ministers, in particular because the minister from South Africa just talked about a sovereign innovation fund. I wanted to just learn your sort of plans or initiatives around protecting intellectual property for innovators when people like, you know, young innovators like this come up with great ideas, how we intend, particularly across on a Pan-African basis, to protect intellectual property so that these inventions can go on to be licensed across the world.
Can you just say your name?
Oh,
and
sorry, I'm
organisation?
Yink.
Thank you. Thanks, Yinka.
You know who I am, Max. I'm Yinka from Quartz, Africa.
You want me to respond?
Yes, yeah, please do.
No, thank you very much. That's a very important question, by the way, and an important issue that you are raising, because one of the concerns we have as a continent, and of course South Africa is part of that continent, is the fact that a lot of IPs that are supposed to be registered in the African continent actually are registered somewhere else. We as South Africa have just passed legislation to actually ensure and protect intellectual property. And also, over and above legislation, we've also set aside some resources to actually assist in the commercialization of innovations, by people, so that it's not just sometimes that people do not register an IP because they do not have the means, but we are actually financially assisting that they are actually going to be able to do that. So it's a very important matter. We have also had bad experiences, by the way, just in conclusion, we have rooibos tea, which is a very South African tea, which there was an attempt by someone in the US to patent it in the United States, including our soccer team, though it's not doing that well, Bafana, but they wanted to patent that somewhere else. So out of those lessons, we felt that we need to tighten legislation and also provide means to assist people who have got patents, who have got potential patents, to be able to register them. Thank you.
Thank you. Any further questions? We have about a minute left. No?
No.
Seema, any final remarks?
No, I would just want to thank everybody for your attention, and I want to say congratulations one more time to the winners of our Africa Innovation Challenge. Kudos to you. And again, once again, all of the information about the awards and the details of the awards are all on www.jnjinnovation.com/Africa Challenge. And follow us on Twitter @JNJAfrica. Thank you all.
Thank you.